welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Deb and this is Learn with Mr. Deb. This is another YouTube video. This time it's an educational one looking at international trade. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what international trade is, look at imports and exports and look at the benefits and drawback, and this is what you normally have to know about when you're doing GCSE or A-Level Business. So without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into a definition. The definition for international trade is the exchange of goods and services between countries. So it's when you sell to one country and then you buy from that other country. So it's buying and selling. The key points to remember is imports and exports. Imports versus exports. So imports is the bringing of goods into your country. So it's bringing in products and services into your country. And lots of governments would want you to import goods from other countries for clear benefits, which are choice for consumers. So imports. You also have exports. Exports is to do with the selling of goods and services to other countries. So again, governments would want to encourage businesses in the country of UK or any country to sell goods and services to other countries. And that is exports. So you've got imports and you've got exports. Why do you want to do that? Why does a business want to import or export, or why do governments want to encourage imports and exports? Is because as a nation, we can't produce all goods and services ourselves. There's certain raw materials that we don't have, therefore we can't produce these goods and services within our own country. The other reason is it's because it's cheaper. Labour is one of the biggest expenses in a business, and when you are importing goods from other countries, it's significantly cheaper for British businesses to buy goods from other countries and sell it in this country for a cheaper price. So it's cheap. And the other reason is, I've already identified, is because the British government want to give consumers choice all year round at a good, affordable price, which is why imports play a big part in it. Choice is really important. So there are clear benefits and clear drawbacks of international trade. So the benefits are, one, it is new markets. So if you're a British business selling to international markets, it's new markets. New markets is really, really good, especially if your home market is saturated. And there are lots of countries to sell to, so it's new customers to sell to, which is going to bring in new sums of profit, revenue into a business when the home country doesn't have that capacity to grow. So you've got new markets. You also have the notion of spreading risk. Spreading risk means that you don't have to necessarily rely on your home country to bring in profitability, because if your home country has certain issues, political or at the moment COVID related issues where other countries aren't experiencing that, you can rely on other countries to bring in revenue because you're not relying on just that one country. And the last reason is economies of scale. If you are growing in size, if your business is grown to a size where you are able to charge lower prices because you've got a big amount of customers to sell to. So economies of scales are gained, which means that the average cost of production is reduced because of the size of the business. The drawbacks, supply chain issues. That's a huge issue for a lot of businesses. Supply chain is when you are buying from other international countries. For example, if you're buying from China, it can approximately take 8 weeks to get to the UK. 8 weeks of lead time, which could cause customers to be unhappy, especially if the product isn't available. So supply chain issues. Also, the fact that you've got to be buying from multiple countries, and that could be an issue when you're looking at buying products and services. Next one, culture and language barrier. When you're buying from countries abroad, you may not know their culture and therefore experience certain issues such as getting on with understanding what their needs are. There's also language barriers. Now we speak English, and a lot of the part of the world speaks English, but there are certain countries where English isn't the first language, and therefore language could be a problem, especially when trying to communicate with the other market. You also got currency issue, and currency issue is a significant one, especially when you're importing and exporting, because when you are importing and exporting, if you are exporting to other countries and you have a high currency, a home currency, then that means that your exports are going to be much more expensive and you're not going to sell as much. Whereas if you're importing from other countries, you're going to find that when you have a strong pound, that's really useful. So you have currency issues, plus you have to convert to another currency. So if you're buying from India, you have to convert your home currency, which is the sterling, into rupees, and there's a conversion. And there has to be, and it can get complicated when you have currency issue. So that is international trade. Hopefully you've understood that. Remember, international trade is the exchange of goods and services between different countries. And the key points to remember is imports and exports. Hopefully you have found that interesting, the video. Hopefully you've learned something or we helped you to revise. If there's any issues that you still don't understand, the key points, please write it into the comments box. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and best of wishes to all of you.